Westworld Season 4 finale. I'm here with Brett. We're going to talk about it. Spoilers up ahead. Welcome back to AsArt. My name is Nick, and today we have Brett, chacha.chacha.cherry here on Instagram. Go follow her. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about the season finale of Westworld Season 4. A lot to go over, but just so you know, we're also covering Primal, which is on HBO Max, and we've been loving that. We've been talking about Fang and the beautiful artwork and the stylized, and we're going to also be covering the new Game of Thrones, House of Targaryens here with expert Kyle, and we're doing the Lord of the Rings show, so... wish us luck. Anyways, we're going to jump into Westworld. It's a simulation within a simulation within a simulation. You go
a couple
deep,
ideas on top of it.
Going deep. Couple ideas. So, what did you like about this episode? Let's start positive because I'm pretty negative on this episode. Let's just start with some good vibes.
I kind of figured you would be. So going into it, I'm switching my notes. Give me 1 second. For a finale, it's like, okay, I feel like you guys just try to write a finale without finishing a story. It's kind of this bullet point things that you would need to close out a finale versus actually writing the story this time. I mean, it was still fun though, because it felt Westworldy to me, even though it wasn't brilliant in what we're used to. There was a couple things I was like, okay, cool, we finally killed William. So everyone's actually dead. That they try to make it look dead, like you're not dead but you're actually dead. Like, okay, so they were dead and you guys are just finishing out the previous story of it. So I can see where they're driving with that. I still just enjoyed the fashion, the cinematography. Yes. The whole Teddy thing was like, but you guys can still be together. Like, there's still hope.
Teddy's technically in the Sublime,
right?
So that's the idea.
I loved that shot of Teddy just with the diffused glow. I was like, looks pretty cinematic.
With like the pixels too. It was like very pixely, which was cool because I thought they were kind of referring back to that program she uses when she would write stories. Remember how it's like pixelated characters? So I'm like, great job with the visuals and the VFX, like tying those two things together. You know, I was just like, oh, that's awesome. Good job there. I was super impressed. Even when the buildings were going away and stuff, it had that same kind of look when she was like,
oh, Dolores
on a
romantic
farm,
inception. Like, okay.
And then there's that iconic line where she's like, it was me. Which reminded me, it just anytime anyone ever says it was me, it reminds me of Liar and Liar when Jim Carrey gets out of the elevator after he farts and he's like, it was me. It was me. That's what I always, every time I hear that. So I'm just like, come on. But no, it's fine. Like it was her. And some good things here was, I guess, I'm trying to, the music. I like the music, and I liked how you heard the Westworld overlay theme a lot. Like,
for a second, I thought they were going to go into Stranger Things with Caleb. There was that little intro. No, you wouldn't.
Which the Batman voice was pretty heavy this episode.
Oh, okay. Yes. It's like he had to go a little bit more Batman. But we could talk about their story. Like, okay, first off, what the Clementine? What? Yeah. What is, like, you're just going to go after Whitney and like do... I was so annoyed with her in this episode, and I normally love Clementine.
It was just random too, though.
It was random.
Even though you had a bullet, you decided not to shoot her, and then you shot her to. I mean, it's not like it's Captain Jack Sparrow where you're saving the bullet. You know, you only have one bullet. He's like, this bullet's not meant for you. You know what I mean? Like,
this shot is not meant for you.
No, it's not like that. It's just like, just use the bullet. There's tons of dead guys around you with extra bullets you can pick up later. Speaking of dead guys, I did not like the way Stubbs went out. It was just Stubbs, Ashley, remember Stubbs? That's when Clementine comes in.
Yeah.
He shoots, she shoots him, and then she pushes his head in.
Yeah, and he's done.
He was just done, and it was like like there was nothing like else. It was just like, you know what I mean? Like we didn't get a follow up, or they didn't even like check on him. They just cut, which I just
well,
thought
that's
was
what I misnamed. I don't know why I called him Whitney. I feel
No,
like I
it's
just
fine.
want to call him Whitney. He looks like a Whitney to me, but his name's Ashley, not
yeah,
Whitney.
or Stubbs. Everyone
Yeah,
just still calls him Stubbs.
But
Which I just
that
thought
was kind of
such
like
a bummer.
bummer.
It's like, come on,
Yeah.
like, gosh,
Too good of a character to have go out like that. Like, and right before that, that fight that he had was like so cool. and then you're just gonna get like your face slammed.
No, yeah, it was just random, and it just was. Maybe they just wanted to give Frankie like a win, like where she's saving her dad.
Haha, you got Clementine.
But like, like she could have just shot her, but then there was like that fight that goes on between Caleb and Clementine,
right?
And then she just gets shot anyways. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to do there. I just thought it was a waste of time when you could just shoot the character. As it is, they're killing off the other characters. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they're killing off Stubbs.
I didn't know
we didn't
the writer
get a
was
follow-up
an
with Maeve.
AI.
Well, it's Dolores. Yeah, I guess you can say that was Dolores. But remember, though, because she finished the maze, so she became aware of herself. So she has, like, she's supposed to have... I don't know. I'm really confused by all this.
Well, there was that quote.
Oh
gosh, I don't know. Did I write it down? That we are just our writers or creators. One of those lines. So it's like we are just our writers. Our characters are just the writers. So it's like, does that mean you guys are Ford?
Well, I mean, at the base code, it would be Ford and Bernard, right? Because technically, Bernard and Ford, before Bernard dies, the human Bernard, they created all the original AI robots, which the program was based off of.
Are we just...
But
Ford and Bernard?
So stupid. Like her way of correcting things is going back and recreating Westworld, because that's all she knows.
I want to go for one more
Westworld.
ride.
But it's just like...
But with
oh my gosh, give us something new. Yeah, brunette this time.
I don't want to change my hair back to my old hairstyle, but I'd like to go back to my old outfit to feel a little bit more like me.
It's so funny because I know I commented on this before, where I was like, the best new original story is a story you already know. It's like, oh my gosh, just like, this is
okay. But then can we apply that into AI art? Like, even right now, we're working on the technology of like AIs making art. It's like,
there though. Yeah, it's from whatever's there and what the AI knows. But it gives you major Matrix vibes, right? Because in the Matrix, in 1996 or 98, whenever the Matrix gets frozen in time, it's because that's when the AI took over, and then there's been no human progress, so they don't know
recreate
what the future kind of holds. Which is,
can we say that about humans then too? It's like, do we just recreate other humans within our artwork? Like, this is a recreation of
not even artwork, but I mean life though. Like, think about it. We started as, let's say, primal cavemen, and then we moved up to where we are now. So it's like we did advance, and I bet AI can, but it would only know what it knows. Like, it can't evolve more without humans, maybe. But that was the whole dilemma. I was just confused by the message, majorly at the end, kind of thing. So yeah, and even with Charlotte Hale killing herself.
That's all my notes too. Is like, can we talk a little bit about that? Like, so you just had a change of heart all of a sudden.
Yeah, you believe in yourself.
Now you believe in yourself. Yeah. And you're like you were getting mad at everyone and taking their own lives. So now you're gonna go take your life
because of a message Bernard left.
Because we should just had Bernard call you way ahead of time. Why didn't we just like, Bernard? Why don't you just have a good phone call?
Well, I mean, maybe he did in one of the iterations of his remember, because he like went through multiple different iterations of the future to figure out like
maybe they all just need to like sit down and have like a little intervention and talk about this, because they all seem friends, which is weird.
Well,
Clementine and Hale, it's like, you guys
brothers
all
and
seem
sisters,
like you're
almost
friends.
They're like family basically, right? Because they were all created around the same time, especially the original ones, like the first batch.
Clementine.
Because there was like the first batch, and then they did the other batch. Like, I think even Dolores' dad was part of the first batch, remember? Yeah. And that's why his character was spazzing out, right? Because he was mixing up his storylines. So
right, because he saw that little picture, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And so William's like gone. Johnny Cash. I thought that was cool.
I know.
Like, okay, let him ride out to Johnny Cash. Okay.
The issue is, though, I don't think any of them's gone because Dolores can recreate them. in her new simulation, because
Well,
anything
does
that
mean
she's had
any of them
contact
are
with.
real?
See, that's why we're going into like Matrix territory kind of thing.
Well, I don't think that means any of them are real.
Well, they're going to be it's like when you copy your phone over, or you know what I mean? It's like you're copy pasting, or you know, it's just a digital copy of what you had.
This
I know,
feels
it's
like
really
the ending of Naruto Shippuden, where like everyone but Jiraiya comes back. Like Ford's Jiraiya, they're not returning, but every other character gets to come back except for Neji and Jiraiya. I mean, a couple people.
Well, because technically Jiraiya's body was never found because it sunk to the depths. It was only who they were able to collect the bodies of.
Right. But I'm
anyways,
saying we're not getting Ford
different.
back, but like it's kind of like Ford is Jiraiya.
Well,
like, okay, that's great.
Ford
Don't mess
might
with
be
that character.
back.
Leave him alone.
Yeah. But Ford might be back in the next simulation. And you know, there was another thing too that I think was lacking with this Westworld 2 was not seeing the back end. Because like in season 1, it was a lot of fun to see behind the scenes, like them repairing the robots and stuff. And we didn't get too much of that in this.
Well, you got to see Hale, which the intro, I think that those were really cool cuts with Hale, like just the whole the black screen, the jump cut, and then
so you like the black jump cuts?
I do, yeah.
Okay,
I felt like they went a little 60s with this episode. I felt like they had a little bit of a 60s timing to it. But I dig it. I think it's cool.
Oh, see, that's so funny because I thought the opposite.
What?
Like, okay, because you would cut to black for dramatic stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But they did it like 10 times. It's like you lose the effect.
I would do something like that, though. I would just try to like...
It's like you like overuse the effect and then it's no longer special.
It's redundantly funny. And
funny, but it's not a comedy.
I think it's cool. Whatever. I get what you're saying, but I like the transition from the red outfit to the red laser. You know, I'm trying to be hopeful. This is like the ending, and you know they're not going to close like this.
So, do you think there's going to be another season?
I hope not, but I think there will be.
Okay, I know. I want that budget to go to new shows.
Especially if you're not just going to wrap it up, dude. Like, what made Cowboy Bebop such a strong anime is it knew when to end its story.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to watch, like, everyone go into overtime, like, 10 times.
Yeah, over and over. That's what the story is almost, though, right? It's always this idea of AI trying to correct it. But, yeah, it's just like we're kind of getting hit with the same story plot over and over again. It's like, all right, just at least give us something new. And it was also very interesting. I don't know how many times we got the shot of someone walking through that nest and the camera panning up to the city. It's just like, okay, we've seen this shot like many times now. It's just like, okay, I get it. No, which is just fine. It's a beautiful shot. And they're probably like, all right, just get every character once walking through here just so we have it, you know, on the set.
Yeah, I am jealous of Dolores's power, though. I think she has the coolest power. I just want to be a Jetson and imagine my outfit.
Well, I mean, she's a god, right? Because she's able to create the world.
But I was like, that's pretty cool because you can always like look the way that you could imagine. Like,
yeah. And then it was really cool the callbacks they had. So the beginning of this last episode, it was chaos and everyone dying. Mm-hmm. That was the beginning of season 2, basically. Remember how everyone was just like fighting everyone? We even see they brought back one of the Westworld characters, the guy with the mustache. He was one of the guys from season 1.
Well, him and the writer, the one that was one of the original story writers. Mm-hmm. Remember? And he was all stressed out in his cardigan.
Wait, was he back too? Because
he was with the guy with the mustache. Remember? Because they're the ones that go and see the Man in Black and take out the truck, and he's like, "You don't care about these machines."
Oh, so that was Lawrence, right? So he was like part of the quest. Remember?
Oh,
like that's the one. Like,
you were right. I had that in my notes.
Family. No, no, I don't know. I think his name's Lawrence, but it's something with an L. I can't remember his name, but
I did think about that with Bombay. I did think about that with the Man in Black. It's like, oh, Nick was right though. It's just about the Man in Black's game. But now that character's done, so now it has nothing to do. We finally got rid of William in this game. So if they do anything in the next season, they're probably going to, have to leave. If they're smart, they will just close out the Dolores' story. And I think they should do it with Ford because I'm such an Anthony Hopkins fan.
And we'll see how they can afford him to come back. And
I
then
think we should start as like a
petition.
Yeah.
By the way, hashtag save raised by wolves. Go sign the petition. And then I also thought it was a bummer we didn't get a follow-up with Maeve. We spent all that time with
They're
Maeve
going to
this
hold her
season,
out then for the next season.
but like nothing. We don't even see her body floating around. Do we at the beginning? I saw the other robot, so
Hale.
I don't know if she got up and walked away, or
Right.
like you're not dead because you could just
Dead.
fix it. You're not because anyone can
I think
fix
we
it
should
kind of
just like
thing, I
coin like a Jiraiya dead, which means dead. Like you're dead. You're not coming
Yeah.
back. You're not Orochimaru
And
dead.
then, yeah, you're not Orochimaru dead. You just keep coming out of snake rebirth.
Homunculi,
then,
you're not a homunculi.
And then the world, the brain is in her hand, kind of thing. It's like that's the new world, right?
Mhm.
It's like the galaxy or the world. That reminded me of Men in Black. Remember in Men in Black, there's like a galaxy inside like a little ball or cube or something. I was
yes.
just like,
I wish
it's
we
like
had a third
galaxy
person
within
just
the
pulling
palm of
things up
your
on the
hand.
screen. Because now I want to.
But you remember that? Yeah,
Vaguely,
remember how
like,
there's like
vaguely.
the
My brain-
galaxy?
they would-
Yeah, okay.
My brain can
Bring
compile
Will Smith
the
into this.
idea so I can see it, but I don't see it. I'm
And
down
then
to even watch that movie. I gotta add that to my
Men in
watch
Black.
list. I haven't seen that in it.
the cricket.
I
And
remember
then-
Men in Black more, but which is kind of like here comes the
Oh, no,
man
you
in
were-
black.
You the Man in Black. Oh, watch out. Shirt idea.
No, wait,
then,
never mind. He's not coming back.
Yeah, he's dead this time. And then the glasses. So there's the scene where he takes
my
the
gosh, I haven't
glasses
too. Yes.
and like so Charlotte Hales has been wearing these glasses until he picks up the call, I guess. That's what my
Okay. Well, right before that too, because I didn't know that she was wearing the glasses. I'm like, okay, how the heavens did you end up there so quickly? And then to have it just be like, oh, you guys are wearing your readers. And that's how you're communicating.
And it looks so dorky on William. Like his coolness
It's
just
all of a
like
sudden
went
you see that
away
he
so
can't
quickly.
see in his bad eyesight.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you do need glasses.
Yeah, his coolness just like left like at that moment. Like, okay, yeah. And then it also bugged me too. So she got her suit upgrade or her armor upgrade, right? And like she got a new body.
The mechanics upgraded.
But it's like almost like a different type of steel where a knife didn't affect her and all this stuff, and like bullets weren't affecting her. So I was like, why is she even like dodging and running at that point? But I guess it's to continue the plot that Bernard maybe told her, like reach for the gun or something like that. So which
I thought
which
about
was
that
a connection.
too when she only had. I was like, did she only bring one mag with her? You're gonna go attack this person. You're gonna bring one mag. Like I was yelling like. Not as much as the new Primal episode. But
Yeah.
I was still yelling. I was still yelling in the Westworld one, like, dude, you only brought one mag. I'm pretty sure that that revolver only has about 5 bullets in it. I haven't, how long it takes to reload a revolver.
Yeah.
So I just don't like when they break that wall of characters. It's like, okay, well, your revolver is way less precise than her Glock. She only brought one mag, and I'm like breaking it down this way, and then she's like, "Oh, that's right, because you knew Bernard told you where that gun
there's
was.
a
He
gun,
left you
yeah.
a gun."
Yep. Because he knew.
Such a simple, fun thing, though.
And you know what I think just like hurt this? The last couple episodes just felt so rushed. Like the first couple episodes just felt like it was just taking forever to get through the episode, right? We were just spending a lot of time with certain characters and like
A lot
I
of
don't want to
fillers.
say wasted time with even Caleb and Maeve at the beginning. Like, this whole thing and it's like it felt so much more
Let's
stretched.
go back to the 40s and have a drink, shall we, darling?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden at the end it's like we got to cram this all in because this needs to wrap up, which happens. It happens. I mean, not every ending is going to be like the Lord of the Rings where there's like 15 endings,
Well, like I said, the best example is Cowboy Bebop. They knew when to end the story. Like, and I'm a huge Naruto fan, but like, okay, guys, there's still a different storytelling
When the producers
aspect.
want to make money though. I think that happened with Lost. So originally they only wanted it to be the writers only wanted to go like 3 seasons originally.
That's great. That's beautiful.
But then it catched on. They're like, no, you have to give us like they wanted 10. And they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if we can do 10. That's when, like, you can really tell after season 3 and then season 5, they went to time travel and then they went to the sideways thing. And then they like ended it at 7 because they were just like, okay, this is just too much. The writers wanted to end it originally at 3 seasons. So,
is there
because
a
the producers.
Death Note like season that it's like, okay, now it's because even so many bands, it's like there's so many albums, right? There's a point where you gotta wrap up the collection. I wonder if there is a Death Note to seasons and how long you go. And when you're telling one story, so that doesn't apply to sitcoms and things like South Park, where they're not telling one arc of a story. They're doing individual. So I'm not trying to include those shows. Yeah. And I think that's different from like SpongeBob or certain cartoons. Archer, it's not telling an arcing story. But for something like Westworld or Cowboy Bebop, or like, I wonder what defines that. Like, okay, guys, now it's time to like just let the opera singer sing.
So I guess Breaking Bad would be the best example. I think that's the strongest beginning, middle, and end.
Confessional, I haven't actually watched Breaking Bad minus the last episode. Please don't judge me.
I'm not going to spoil it. Like I'm not going to spoil it for you. But like, oh, she's
always in the
But like
episode.
they did a good job, I think, overall. Like Westworld is like probably season 1 is one of my favorite seasons
for sure.
on television.
Yeah, and
then Game of Thrones, like the first 4 seasons were so strong, and then obviously when they ran out of material, it started to dinker off. But
overall, I wasn't in a bad mood watching it.
I wasn't in a bad mood watching it. That's how you judge things.
Yeah, like okay, like I still enjoyed the episode. No, I mean even the season, I would say like I still enjoyed. I don't feel like anything happened, and I feel like it's a little.
But the season was better than season 2 and 3, I think. Still,
right? But I mean, if you're going to redeem yourself. Don't
I know. But I mean, at this point, maybe they're just trying to finish out their deal with HBO. And
and I do think everybody still went to work. I think everybody showed up. I think all the actors did a really good job. Visuals, HBO, like everyone came to work. And there's just some kind of component I would say is missing.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that puzzle piece is really, but obviously I'm looking at this outfit saying, okay, there's something missing to this outfit. But I'm not going to be the one to like be the executor and say that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Because the writers are much smarter than me. Everyone on set's probably more talented than me when it comes to the story and all that stuff. So they probably did the best with what they had to get it done.
For sure. And let's applaud production.
Crunch times and deadlines and
crazy
all that stuff
call times, late nights, like go production, super supportive. Everyone that wants to be in the entertainment industry.
Done. Good job.
Mm-hmm. We thank you.
No, really. No, thank you for all the hard work. You guys don't get appreciated. Even the PAs. Mm-hmm. PAs on set. Good job, everyone.
Thank you for doing your job.
Thank you for entertaining us for at least 8 hours. Gosh, that's a lot of work.
Thanks for giving us something to look forward to.
All these things. Do you want to read a couple of the comments?
Okay, that's a better thanks.
We're just like thank you to the Oscars.
Okay.
Got some comments.
Jeremy S. There was a lot of cynical lines in this episode, even more than usual. You could be right. Although I'd be pretty disappointed if they never connected the season 2 post-credit scene that was said to take place hundreds of years in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's what's it everything kind of gets weird with time and stuff. So it was something that was just kind of overlooked, I think.
Okay.
Because remember Dolores was like at Bernard's original house, or was it Anthony Hopkins' house? It was someone's house, and that's where like they were gonna totally. Mm-hmm. No, you're totally right, Jeremy. Yeah. Jeremy, right?
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yes, thank you for commenting.
Okay, now we have Claire Davis. Stop.
You got a kitty.
I know my cat. If I'm distracted, if anything, it's just always my cat. I have an omen that just hangs out around me. Okay, Claire Davis. I thought it was going to be a Penny Dreadful situation where they just are going to let us know tonight that the show was over. Maybe that's why it was so weirdly paced. I definitely love this season, but the episode was so weird. I'm still not even really sure what Dolores is doing now. Sigh. I completely agree.
We know she changed her dress and she recreated the first episode.
She's thinking about
like literally
her outfit.
shot for shot. It was like the first episode. Like even like you get the establishing shot, you get the piano, you get the other shot, like literally copy paste the same shot. Like let's just start it over again.
Right. Yeah. I hope that the show is over. So maybe you might be right, Claire. Okay. Adventures in Portland.
Yeah,
that's a fun name. I think that's the end of the show.
That's all, folks.
Major "we're done here" vibes.
Yeah.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of got those vibes too, but I think they have a 5-season contract. So,
but that gives them one more round to come back.
But because they're canceling shows and stuff like that, if the ratings aren't good on this might be the end of Westworld.
Do we know what shows they're actually canceling? Like, is that posted anywhere?
Like Raised by Wolves was canceled,
we know that one.
Obviously. # Raised by Wolves. They canceled the Batgirl movie, even though it was finished.
That's right.
They canceled the Flash movie. They canceled.
So it's all DC stuff, though.
Well, it's Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers and HBO. It's like the same company. They also canceled the Scooby-Doo sequel to the animated series, even though it's done, because they'll make more money off of tax write-offs than actually producing it or something. And think about it, though. Discovery's known for the reality TV shows. So what's scary about them taking over HBO Max is this is going to become another reality TV show. Think about it. Discovery's known for Alaskan fishers and truckers and the things. And, like their TV quality is not my favorite. It's not my genre. I do like Shark Week every now and then, but I would rather have HBO Max with creative original shows and stuff like that. So this is scary stuff we're getting into. That. So we have no idea what's going to happen. So,
but I mean, within every pendulum, at least, there might be smaller studios that come up and step up. It might be an opportunity then for artistic shows and a way to try to find funding for other boutique.
Or these other streaming services can take the place of HBO Max. Even though HBO has been making such good television for so long now. I think they were the first cable.
Nick, what does HBO channel stand for?
It stands for...
Don't look
what does it stand for? No. I'm thinking. I know what it stands for. It's what is it? I'm blanking.
Box office.
Yes, because it was the first paid for cable service. It was the first one, and then everyone started to follow the trend because it was like no commercials, you pay for it. So HBO's been around for a long time. They got it. You don't want it. You don't want that for the best streaming service. Anyways, is there any other comments?
I think we should do a trivia night. I mean, I would totally lose, but I'm down to play.
Yeah, we are planning on doing more live streams here too, guys. So subscribe to stay updated to get our live streams and other fun stuff. Follow Britt at chacha.chacha.cherry on Instagram. She's an awesome photographer. Go check out her work. And also you can go to AsArt.space for cool shirts and also all of our video links to our podcast and other cool stuff. I haven't been posting to the podcast, but I'm planning to get back on that to do more longer conversations for podcasts. This might actually go on there as a podcast because it's a good lengthy video. And we'll see you on the next AsArt.